What's up, y'all? Yeah. 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 TK, right? Grown woman, don't try me. What? Why me? Stacy. Yeah. Yeah. So let's get it popping, yo. God protects babies and fools. Are those really the rules? I said God protects babies and fools. Do you choose? I said God protects babies and fools. I hope that is real. I hope that is true. But if it isn't, then And we might have some proof that it's not, but still, we gonna see what's up. Rock the spot. My name is Sun752. I come in here every day. I know how I do. Everything is gonna be all right. That's what I say because I prove that. And I live it every day in the way that I display my kind of favor. I trying to hook up families and neighbors, but sometimes things don't work out. But I have to look at this thing and still give a shout to the man above and even one down below, because you know that they both in this world, yo. So when I start doing this, I'm hoping that the devil don't ruin it. God protects babies and fools. Well, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm a lose. Or sometimes I feel like I'm lost. Sometimes I feel like an employee, sometimes a boss. But I toss the ball over to my friends and hopefully that they don't try to put an end to my lifestyle or to my life force. I'm trying to do this thing because I am a boss. All right, what's up, y'all? What's good? Urban Therapy with Sun752. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Sunday from 1 p.m. till around 2:30-ish. And the reason that we say 2:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is Sunday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I'm your host, Sun752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Daily Go-Getterism show, all up in your area. I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should also. So what's good, y'all? What we doing? What we doing? Today on the Daily Go-Getterism show, we are talking about God protects babies and fools. God protects babies and fools. Hold on. Am I are y'all hearing a clicking sound? Because man, let me get the mic out of the way. Let me get it out of the way. All right, is that better? Is that better? Y'all wasn't complaining, but I'm just trying to make sure that we stay right. God protects babies and fools. What y'all know about that? What do y'all know about God protecting babies and fools? You know, the elders always said it. From what I understand, there's a Bible verse that actually alludes to it. Did you know that? A lot of the things that we say come out of Bible verses, but they don't. But the Bible doesn't say exactly the way we say it. You know, like money is the root of all evil. The Bible doesn't actually say that, but it alludes to it. It says it in a different kind of way. It's really like the love of money, but it says it in a different kind of way. But we break it down to simple language that we can all understand, and I'm gonna do the same thing for you. So we're gonna talk about this whole God protects babies and fools. You know, first of all, do y'all believe it? Do you believe that there seems to be a cover over the babies, over the children, over the young, that God keeps them protected in some kind of way? Because we probably have to have a little conversation about what the word protected means, or the word protects means. Like, what does it mean to you? Because being protected to me might not be the same as being protected to you. So we might have to look into that a little bit. We have to look into it a little bit. We're going to see what's up. And also, what a fool is. What a fool. And what is a fool? You know, is a fool a mentally ill person? Is it a person that just is hard-headed, don't listen to nobody, think they know everything? Is a fool somebody that's on drugs or abusing substances or something like that? You know, we have to find out exactly what we're talking about before we can start to dissect it, pick it apart, put it back together, you know, treat it like the Humpty Dumpty egg. But that's what we're talking about today. Yo, it's on display. My name is Sun75. I do things my way. I care what nobody really has to say. But I actually do. But I gotta say these kind of things so you won't really have a clue until the weight of the things where the chinks are all in the armor. I'm trying to make sure that this armor, leg, a head, arm, leg, you know, Islam. Yeah, that's what I said. All right, yo. You know, because You know, the 5%ers, actually the Nation of Islam, they say that Allah means arm, leg, arm, head. So, you know, you got an arm, leg, arm, head. Anyway, God protects babies and fools. Does he really? I mean, I guess, first of all, we got to make sure that you believe in God. Not everybody does that. Not everybody believes in God. And that's regardless of what God you might be talking about, whether you're talking about Jesus, whether you're talking about the father of Jesus, Jehovah, whether you're talking about Yahweh, or whether you're talking about Allah, or whether you're talking about Buddha. I mean, you know, the whole Buddha thing is a little confusing because, you know, some people say that Buddha is God, and then other people say that, like, nah, Buddha isn't actually God. It's like, I don't know, not to diss nobody's religious beliefs or spiritual beliefs, but it would be hard for me to believe that God would be overweight. But that's just me. It would. That's just me. I'm just. All right, we good. We good. We good. TK Wright says, in a way, he does protect them. Okay. Oh, okay. At babies. And TK Wright says, I do text people who are mentally ill too. I do text them? Or did you mean to say you protect people who are mentally ill to a certain extent? Jeff Guapo, what's good? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Caught you just when you popped up. I don't know if we doing it at the same time because, you know, there's a little delay on the joint, but, you know, I mean, I'm here, you're here, we here. Everything good. Cheryl Halsey, what's up, man? What's good? It's always good to see y'all, man. Appreciate y'all to the highest degree. Y'all could have been anywhere, but y'all came to spend a little portion of y'all Sunday with me, and that doesn't go unnoticed or unappreciated in any way. So we are here, and we are talking about God protects babies and fools, man. God protects babies and fools. Well, let's break it down. Like I said, in order for you to believe in this concept, I guess you have to believe in God first, and that's regardless of what God you believe in. I think that this is a Christian thing. I'm not sure if I've ever heard any Muslims or Jews say that God protects babies and fools, but I could be wrong. Let me look it up. The whole Bible verse about protecting. Let's see. Where does the saying God protects babies and fools come from? Okay. It says the saying God protects babies and fools originates from the Bible verse, specifically Psalm 116, verse 6, which states, the Lord protects the simple, implying that God watches over those. Okay, wait a minute. God watches over those who are innocent and lacking understanding, often interpreted as children and fools in the broader sense. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't exactly say it the way we say it, but you have to kind of figure it out. I'll read it to you again. The saying God protects babies and fools originates from Bible verse, specifically Psalm 116, verse 6, which states, the Lord protects the simple, implying that God watches over those who are innocent and lack understanding, often interpreted as as children and fools in the broader sense. That's y'all good with that? I mean, y'all good with that? I actually am good with it. Protects the simple. Now, even though I agree with it, or I can see the logic in it, here's the thing. When he says that he protects the simple, He could be talking about a lot of things that aren't even human related. And y'all can, and please correct me or dispute me or challenge me if the way that I might be thinking might be off, because it very well might be. My brother from another mother, Norris Hill, sit back, relax, do your thing, Max, and chill. Haven't seen you in a while, and I'll be really glad that you came on through. My brother, it's good to see you. So I salute, and I would never shoot, because no matter what, even if we have a dispute, I'm glad you came on through. Glad to see you again. We got the different kind of mothers, but every time when, and I see you, it's a real party and it's a real reunion. Yeah, because okay, all right. So I'm looking at it like when they say God protects the simple, God could be talking about the animals. God could be talking about the plants. God could be talking about the ocean. God could be talking about the fish. And the reason why I say that, because they really do represent the simple. Until animals and plants are around human interaction, they do exactly what God's will is. Think about it. When animals are out in the wild, they do exactly what it takes to survive. There's no guilt about it. There's no sorrow about it. There are no problems with it. Even if you are the prey instead of the predator, you understand the way it goes. Human beings, we have freedom. We have freedom of will. We have autonomy. We are able to make choices in our lives. So we teach each other what God's will is, and then we totally go against it. Even as we're teaching it, we go against it. So I'm not sure if that makes us simple, but maybe people who are mentally challenged, mentally ill, retarded, maybe they are closer to being simple or natural than we are, because we know the better way and we choose to do it the other way. Now, y'all can disagree with that, and I welcome you to do it. And if you want to call into the show, I invite you to call in the show, and the number to call is area code 3. Man, when am I going to get that number out of my head, y'all? When am I going to do it? The number to call is area code 267-874-1949. That's the number to call. I said a 267-874-1949. Yes, y'all. I said a 267-874-1949. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 267-874-1949. Yeah, get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. 267-874-1949, baby. Call 267-874-1949. I get you on up in here. We can have this talk. We can rock it out. Rock on the do the damn do the damn thing. So God protects babies and fools. That's the conversation today, y'all. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button as you sashay on your way up in here. As you sashay your way up in here. As you do-si-do. You do-si-do on here. All I ask is that you hit the like button. What up, Scene Flexing? What's good? And my peoples, Elpidio. My man, Elpidio. What's good? Good to see y'all. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, TK right says, sorry, I'm driving and I was using talk to text, moving my head from left to right. I was like, let me find out you texting the mentally ill. Like, yo, crazy person. I got something crazy. Oh, no. I mean, Mr. Retarded. I got some crazy shit. Oh, my bad. I'm saying. Yo, I went to a party last night. It was sick. Oh, no. I'm just saying. No. Listen. I'm just saying. All right. Stacey White says you could be a fool in love and God will protect you. Really? Well, what makes you a fool in love? Is loving somebody to the degree where you submit to them instead of following your own thoughts and feelings? Is that what makes you foolish? And are you really protected against that? See, that's why I say that we probably have to define exactly what being protected means, because I'm sure that it means different things to different people. I'm gonna cut to the chase. Sometimes babies are abused, and so are people who are fools. Sometimes babies are abused, children are abused, and sometimes fools are too. So where's the protection? People who don't believe in God, the first thing that they always point to is abuse. I mean, am I lying? Yo, the first thing that people who don't believe in God point to is they be like, well, if there's a God, how come he be letting babies be getting hurt and killed and children be getting abused and raped and hurt and murdered? And why would a God let that happen? That's what people who don't believe in God always say. And I mean, we can say that they lack understanding because I guess they believe that God is love and that everything in the universe is just supposed to be good and comfortable and nice. But you have to kind of ask yourself, how would you learn the lessons that you need to learn if that happened? If everything is going the exact right way that it's supposed to go, then how do we know the right way? How will we be able to measure that? But that's a little deep, and evidently people who don't believe in God don't really like to go deep because they think that we're only going deep to try to explain something that they think is simple. Dr. Ladybug M, what's good? What's good? And she says, without pain, you wouldn't have an appreciation or understanding of happiness. Well, evidently people who don't believe in God don't subscribe to that, Ladybug. Doc, sorry, I don't want to disrespect you. Let me make sure I put your title on it. Yeah, Doc, they don't believe that you should have to experience the lows in order to experience the highs. Everything should be high. As a matter of fact, there shouldn't be no high. Everything should be straight across the board. But they always say that. If there was a God, how come God let them let people have abortions? If there's a God, how come people be sexually molesting their children and having children with their children? And how come mothers be letting people that they met, niggas that they met at the club in their house around their young daughters? And why people be smoking drugs, taking drugs, sniffing drugs, shooting drugs, swallowing drugs, using drugs, addicted to drugs, abusing drugs? And if there was a God, how come my grandmom had to die when she was all I had? Why would a God take my only life force away from me? And why my parents ain't around if there's a God? I'm just saying what they say. I'm just saying. Okay, wait. LPDO says we are all slow. Okay. Jeff says animals don't need religion. Why do they follow nature and are in order according to what God wanted? Well, animals may not need religion, but we don't know if God, if animals believe in God or not. See, they can't talk. They can't talk. But many people believe that animals can have an intuition that is spiritual. Like we have seen some animals practice certain rituals that seem like they may be spiritual practices or maybe religious practices. Salmon. Many people think that the trek upstream, swimming upstream like the salmon do, is like a, close to a religious practice. The fact that all living things have to reproduce regardless of the conditions. Human beings are the only ones that be like, nah, I ain't having no kids. I ain't bringing no kids into this world. That only human beings do that. All the other animals go in heat. Hold on. We have a caller. Hold on.
You have a call from.
All right.
Elpidio.
All right. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Son show. How you doing this afternoon? What's good? What's on your mind?
Good afternoon. How you doing? Peace and blessings.
Man, peace and blessings to you.
I'm doing pretty good. I was listening to what you're saying. I just wanted to, add in my thoughts on the situation when you was talking about like why some people die and things of this nature. God ways and not man ways, and 99% of the time we're not gonna understand things. And I can give a perfect example. The bad things happening is honestly it's put here to make us build character and strength. And we don't know how God is, lesson. We don't know what the lesson is to be learned in every situation. For example, you can have a 5-year-old kid in class, and they can have friends, and one of their friends can be a kid born with cancer, and the kid can die from cancer. Now, the other kids can grow up remembering their friend that died from cancer, even though he didn't smoke cigarettes. These are kids that's in the class with him that's going to grow up and know their friend died from cancer, so they're not going to touch a cigarette. So they're going to learn from the bad that's going to happen. And we just have to look at what we have to learn in every situation, but the bad things are not necessarily bad.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's basically it. Like, everything is put here for a reason. We don't have to. A lot of people are foolish. Like, I had to learn the hard way. Everybody's ignorant, meaning no man has all knowledge. So when God takes care of babies and fools, He's taking care of everybody. I think that was put plain simply for people to understand. Nobody knows it all, so God is going to take care of it all. So most people have to understand that. But there's a lot of bad things like the tear and the wheat. You got to have the evil with the good to respect one over the other. So we just have to look at things differently, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I follow you on that, but I can also understand why people are on the other side. It's hard to account for somebody else's upbringing and their experiences. So where I may have been taught that one way of life or one way of doing things is the right way to do things, or maybe even the best way to do things. Somebody else may have been taught a whole different thing and a different way to get something done, and it may actually accomplish the same thing I was trying to accomplish, but taking a different route. You know what I mean? So like it's like cooking. Like you may have a different recipe for the same dish. You cook one this way and you cook one the other way. Oh, you can decide which one tastes better, but you're definitely going to get the same dish whether you cook it this way or that way. So I get it. I get it to a certain extent. When I say, first of all, like, let me ask you this: do you believe that God protects babies and fools?
Yes.
Okay. Now,
yes, I do. Most people, yes.
Let me ask you this: what do you consider protection to be?
Stopping someone from their downfall.
Okay.
Prime example. A lot of young men don't learn to control their mannerisms in their 20s, so they have to go to jail or go to some military or learn how to sit still and not be self-destructive. So some people look at it like a curse. Oh, I had to go to jail or I had to go to school away in a different country or state. but you have to sit down and learn certain things, so he will.
Okay. So, from talking to you the other day, I know that you look at jail as being as having the potential to be a positive thing. I disagree for the most part, but I understand why you say what you say or why you feel the way you feel. I just don't think that that's a good place to start your positivity, because you have to engage in something so negative in order to get there. That would be like having to be totally stupid in order to be able to qualify to go to school. Like I ain't feeling that. You understand what I'm saying? So, but
Most men nowadays, like I can respect your opinion, disagreeing, but it's like I'm not gonna say we live in different times. Because a man is a man, but it's different. You have boys, you have men, you have warriors. And I'm not even trying to sound funny. It's like everybody's cut from different cloth.
mm-hmm.
It's like read like that movie 300, for example. When they found babies with imperfections, they threw them off. Not saying the physical imperfection, but it's like, nah. If you're a man, you have a certain level of weakness. It's not what you built for. Like going to jail is a negative thing, for the most part. But some people need to be sat down, because some people is a blessing. I have a family member did 9 years in jail. It was a blessing because if he would have been on the street, he would have been murdered. So, it's how you look at it. Some people need to be sat down.
Okay. Now you can say that your people would have been, if they would have been on the streets, they would have been murdered. But how can you say that?
Because one thing a lot of people forget, and what goes around comes around.
Mm-hmm.
If you're living your life a certain kind of way, there's only a certain amount of time before what you're living is going to affect you. Like if it's a dog eat dog world when you're in the element of different things, and it's like it's not what goes around comes around. You literally ask for it. Yeah, we out here walking with a gun just because you literally have a problem with another person who's capable of doing the same thing that you're doing. So it's like cops and robbers. They know it's just a certain amount of time. Like anybody that ever sold drugs will tell you, it's not about, never going to jail. No, you're going to go to jail. It's just a certain amount of time.
Okay. I understand what you're saying, but okay, I'm looking at it this way. They say that if you are a believer, if you believe in God, then you believe God is responsible for all births and God is responsible for all deaths. Right or wrong?
God, I'm not going to say he's responsible for all death. I'm going to say God is responsible for all life, because in scripture, God will tell you your mouth will cause your death. Be careful with your tongue, because your tongue holds life and death. You got certain men out there, if you tell them suck my D, they kill you. Broad daylight, it won't matter. Your mouth can cause that. So it's not about necessary, because Jesus also say you are God yourself. And like we don't realize the power we have. We're not Almighty God, but we can cause life and we can cause death all on our own words. We got some men out there that hold a level of respect. If somebody say go hurt them or don't hurt them, they're gonna follow that word. That's from word of mouth. So it's not necessarily everybody always want to put the blame on God or put the blame on the devil. People give the devil too much power. He ain't got no control. People don't. If man don't follow God's law, they want to follow. Oh, I blame the devil. No, some people are just bad. Plainly put. But it's like the rules are here. Some people don't believe in God. I feel that those are some of the most ignorant people in the world. When I look at a motor vehicle, I don't see the person who designed the motor vehicle, but that motor vehicle is proof that something designed it. How can we see nature, natural law? We see nature, everything that's going on, but some people want to believe there's not a God. Retarded.
Well, I believe that God controls everything. That's what we've been told. He controls everything. It cannot happen if he doesn't ordain it. So that means he controls the devil too.
Yes.
The devil is nothing but an angel, right?
Forget this. Yeah.
The devil is nothing but an angel, right?
No.
Huh?
No. No. I was talking with my little sister this morning about the same topic.
Hold on.
Lucifer.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
And
Hold on. 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 Let me finish this thought. Like I said, I believe, and I've been taught that God controls everything. But one of the problems that we run into is that man believes that he can interpret what God says, or interpret what God means, or interpret God's purpose, and he's wrong each and every time. I mean, if something is omnipotent, if something is immortal, if something is responsible for the creation of all living things and things that aren't living, how can we as mere mortals take credit for thinking that we know what God's plan is other than fitting in it? So what I'm saying is, I believe that God creates all life, and he also decides when it's time for you to go. We got people out here talking about I've cheated death. I should have would have been gone a long time ago, but because I did this, I'm still alive. Well, that sounds like God's plan to me. So I don't think you had any other choice but to follow his plan. Now, you may take credit for it because of your lack of understanding and thinking that you made the choice alone. But I think that the choice has been made for you. Just like when your time is done. What do they say at all funerals? When your work is finished here, it's time for you to go. It's a homegoing service.
Your question?
Hold on. They say when your work is finished here in this world, regardless of how old you are, it's time for you to go. Now that sounds like God is the one who made that decision. You know what I mean? That ain't you. So if you have a child, if you go through 9 months of labor and then you deliver a child stillbirth, that child's work in this world is done. It's finished. You may not look at that because we believe that the cycle of life should be that the old die before the young die. But evidently, God doesn't see it that way. So we know there are lessons that we have to learn, and they may be blessings, but we don't see it that way because we think from a physical standpoint of being comfortable, of being happy. And that's not what life is all about. So when we talk about God protecting the babies and fools, we may not know exactly what that protection is. That's why I ask you what protection means to you.
I could say, I'm not going to speak in my opinion. I can only speak in a fact right now. Like, God is control of life or death, but we also, like, I'm not going to bring religion into it because different religions say different things. Like in my scripture, it says honor your mother and father for your days to be long on this earth. Meaning this, like, example, if a person born naturally don't touch liquor compared to a person who drinks vodka every day, that causes themselves to have kidney failure, they cause death or harm themselves. A person that commits suicide, in my scripture, God says that's something you can't be forgiven for because you killed yourself. You don't have the lifeblood in you to ask for forgiveness. So there's times where you can go at your natural time because everything has an expiration date, or there's times you can forfeit that. Most people don't realize how they forfeit it because all man is ignorant. Most men don't realize they forfeit it by certain foods they digest, they put in their body, their system that corrupt them. High salt, full corn toast, whatever they pumping this food full of. And the same thing spiritually, morally. It's draining. Most men are chasing a dollar, not getting proper sleep. Sleep deprivation is one of the largest causes of male death right now. And they ain't got nothing to do with drugs no more. It depends on the person. They got to see it for what it is. We're all foolish, but to say what you were saying earlier with the devil and Lucifer, like the thing is, most people don't give God his credit. God said this: we call bad good and we call good bad. Like we do it vice versa. We can't think for God. Our job is just to follow an instruction manual. He left us, and most people don't.
Well, you said that you was just gonna speak on facts. I don't think that when we talk about God, we can talk about facts other than what we've been told. because I don't think that God allows us to know what a fact is outside of our physical realm. Like we know shit.
Do you believe in the Big Bang Theory?
No, I believe in God.
So how do you believe? What's the fact that how do you believe that life got here? What's the fact?
I have no idea. I have no idea, and I hope that when it's time for me to gain that knowledge, then I will understand the theory of the world, the universe, or whatever. I don't know why anything exists. I have absolutely no idea why anything in the whole universe exists. No idea. I know this though. I don't buy what the religious people say though, because they what they say can't be true, because life contradicts everything that they say happened. Everything, every single thing.
You give me an example, please.
Okay, like we can take it back to the book of Genesis and take it back to the Noah. All right, take it to Noah and the flood.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it says that two of a male and female of every species was supposed to fit on the boat, right?
No, it does not say that. I just want to say this one thing, and I'm going to be quiet and listen to you after. At that time during the flood, the reason God had a flood because it was Nephilim and it was unclean animals. It wasn't two of every animal in existence. It was two of every animal that He seen fit. So, like for example, science is a fact that we have dinosaurs nowadays, but the Bible don't talk about dinosaurs. So during the flood, there was animals that was allowed to come on the ark and animals that were not allowed. So the ones who were not allowed are like the dinosaurs, for example, because we have paintings in caves of men riding dinosaurs. So it wasn't all the animals in the book of Noah. It was some that was fit, clean, and that God wanted to prosper. So it wasn't all animals.
Let me see.
Yes, sir.
First of all, okay. You said that.
And that's what it wasn't. It didn't say all, because I got 1, 2, 3. I got 3 of them flipped to it right now. New Living Translation, Old Translation, King James. Not all the animals were permitted. The same way how weren't all the people, because certain weren't clean spiritually and morally. So not all the animals were allowed on the ark.
Before I dispute that, what animals were considered to be unclean?
The ones that we don't know about. And if we look in Leviticus, after Genesis, Leviticus shows some of the animals that are unclean we're not supposed to eat. But then during Noah's flood, I don't know if it names exactly what animals weren't unclean, but he named everything that was allowed on that boat, and it wasn't all the animals. That is a fact when it just goes to the scriptures.
Okay, what was left after the flood? What was left of this world?
It was the remnant of mankind. It was not mankind in its glory, a remnant, like a shadow of it. It was Noah and the people that God felt fit to repopulate the earth. And the only reason Noah's family was allowed to prosper the earth, repopulate, is because his family was the only ones that physically weren't tainted by the Nephilim, meaning half-breed angels fornicating with mankind. He wanted his savior, Christ, which is God. He wanted him to come back into the world to redeem mankind. So for that, Christ had to be born through a clean blood lineage, nothing of the Nephilim. So through that bloodline is also where Jesus Christ came from, the Messiah that was born into the world. So the rest of humanity was wiped out for that reason. Because at that time, most of their heart was evil, he said, and that mankind was tainted. Their blood was literally tainted by the Nephilim that taught them sorcery, metal works of iron, warfare, things of this nature. That's what it says in the scriptures.
Why? How could an animal be unclean if it is of God's creation?
This is the thing. The same way how in the Old Testament we're not permitted to eat pork, but in the New Testament Christ said, "Let those who eat meat, and let those who don't eat meat, don't eat it." The thing is at a certain point in time, there were certain things unclean for us to eat. For example, like sharks. When it comes to Leviticus, it says if you can eat anything to the sea pertaining if it has fins and scales, but if it doesn't have fins and scales, it is unclean. Shark is a prime example. It has fins and no scales. If you naturally eat shark meat, you'll die from pneumonia that's in the blood.
Well, that's false because plenty of people eat shark and they do not
but
get
they don't eat it naturally caught. And the thing is, if you look in the Old Testament, same thing with the pork. There was no refrigeration. Nobody naturally catches shark meat and eat it when they catch it like that naturally. They die. That's a fact.
All right. Listen. I could dispute all of that, but I'm going to say this.
Yes, sir.
You know, I run into problems when I see that we want to credit God for the things that we like, and then we want to take away the credit from him when it's things that we don't agree with. I have a problem with that. You know what I mean?
Most people don't want to say thank
no,
you.
Because I believe that God creates all things, and they say that God don't make mistakes. So God can't make an unclean animal. Every animal that he makes is clean. Every animal that he makes. And number one, how do we get to eating animals in the first place? What has to happen to an animal before a human being can eat it?
We have to kill it.
Mm-hmm. So is that right? Is that right for us?
Yes. Now this is the difference.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Slow down. Because I got the Bible right in front of me. Hold on.
In scriptures, there's a difference between flesh and meat. The fruits, we're naturally designed to eat fruits and vegetables and eat natural food, like grain. We are naturally designed as human beings in that scripture to eat it. But after man's downfall, he said meat is good for the belly. Man had to work to survive. And then we adapted in mankind and our nature to eat meat. But we're not naturally designed to do it. But this is the difference between killing and murder. When it comes down to something for to sustain your body, when you're killing that animal, it's not murder. And it's not killing. Like it's killing, but it's not murder. You're not, it's a natural part of law and nature. The sharks, the animals of the sea, hunt the other ones to eat off that and feed it. It's not murder until you take like pleasure in a human being hurting another human being. But when the bad does happen, people do blame the devil instead of actually telling, no, God is the reason why all of this happened. What am I going for me? Prime example. I kept bumping my head so much over the last 5 years, falling, getting up on my feet, falling, getting up on my feet. And I had to realize it's not, no, the devil's my enemy. Yeah, he's my enemy, but no, God is allowing all of this to happen. What do I have to learn for me as a man to be self-sufficient?
Okay.
So you're correct. Most people blame the devil instead of saying, nah, God allowing this shit to happen.
Listen,
for me, I realized I thank him for the bad.
In the book of Genesis 1 verse 28, it says, God blessed them, and God said to them, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, over every living thing that moves upon the earth. God said, see, I have given you every plant yielding seed that is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree with seed in its fruit. You shall have you shall have them for food. And so and to every breath of the earth, and to every bird of the air, and to everything that creeps on the earth, everything that has the breath of. So
if you keep reading, he tells you after Adam sinned in the same book of Genesis, he'll show you where God himself killed animals and made clothes for Adam and Eve out the animal skin.
So you're talking about 9. Okay, it says God blessed Noah and his sons and said to them,
I'm talking about Adam and Eve. I'm keeping on Adam and Eve, what you're talking about.
Well,
he gave them fruit and vegetables that was good for the herbs and good for them to eat. I'm talking about Genesis.
But listen, I'm still in Genesis. I'm still in Genesis. And I'm going to tell you where the point where it comes in that mentions meat.
Yes.
I'm about to read that. I've done this. Okay. I've done this work. Okay, God blessed Noah and his sons and said to them, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. The fear and dread that you shall rest on every animal of the earth and every bird of the air, on everything that creeps on the ground, and on all the fish of the sea. Into your hand they are delivered. Every moving thing that lives shall be food for you. And just as I gave you the green
Every
plants.
moving thing that lives.
Okay, yeah. But he didn't do that in the beginning. You know what I mean? So
no, I'm trying to teach. No, if you would listen.
Hold on. Let me finish the verse. Let me listen. Let me finish the verse. Just let me finish the verse. We can discuss it after I finish the verse. There's no need to interrupt the verse. It only says what it says. If we're going to discuss it, let's discuss it in its full context. And let's not break it down sentence by sentence.
You just said how he didn't say that in the beginning. I was telling you when you was reading about Adam and Eve, about the fruits on the tree, he did do the same thing in the beginning. So are you saying it with Noah right now, where he said every moving thing is for you to have for food? In the beginning, while you was reading about Adam and Eve in Genesis, when he sinned, after he sinned, God killed animals and made coats and clothes for Adam and Eve out of the skins of the animals. And he was
let me finish the verse. Let me finish the verse. Let me finish the verse. I'm going to start over. You're going to let me finish the entire verse. It's not that long. All right. God blessed Noah and his sons and said to them, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. The fear and dread of you shall rest on every animal of the earth, and on every bird of the air, and on everything that creeps on the ground, and on all the fish of the sea. Into your hand they will be delivered. Every moving thing that lives shall be food for you. Just as I gave you the green plants, I give you everything. Only you shall not eat flesh with its life, that is its blood.
No, with its life blood.
Let me finish the verse. Let me finish the verse.
Okay, I didn't hear you say blood. I didn't hear you say lifeblood.
I'm not. I know you didn't hear me finish the verse though. Just let me finish the verse. All right. I gave you the green plants. I give you everything. Only you shall not eat flesh with its life, that is its blood. For your own lifeblood, I will surely require a reckoning from every animal. I will require it from human beings, each one for the blood of another. I will require reckoning for human life. Whoever sheds the blood of a human by a human, shall that person's blood be shed. So this is the part where he introduces meat into the diet. In the beginning, he gave you poultry, and he gave you fish, and he gave you the plants. So basically, that's vegetarianism, and that does
no.
So basically, that's vegetarianism. After Noah in the flood, now you can eat every animal, even bugs. Evidently, it says it right here. On every bird in the air, on everything that creeps on the ground. So that means there's nothing that human beings can't eat. That's what it says. So all right, I don't want to get too far away from the conversation about God protects babies and fools, but where I'm really going with this is this: man's interpretation of things, even the written word, we also have to take into account who wrote the word. Because as much as we want to believe, God didn't write the word. He didn't. Man wrote the word based on his feelings of what God is saying. We don't know if we can trust that. Man is too fallible. Man is too flawed. Man lies too much. Man is too selfish to be trusted on a spiritual level. But we got to trust somebody, because we are in this world, and who's going to guide us if we don't allow ourselves to guide each other? Outside of God, and everybody doesn't believe in God, we have to put our faith in man. We don't like to say that that's what we do, but people do it every Sunday. Somebody is in church right now doing it.
The ones who do it Sundays, honestly, are hypocrites, because they don't. Church nowadays became a fashion show, and it's not worship in the way that the scripture tells you you're supposed to worship. You can, when a person reads the scriptures never tell you to be Christian, never tell you to be Baptist. It's because like John the Baptist, for example, Jesus' cousin. When they say, "Are you the Messiah?" John the Baptist said, "No, I'm just a person screaming in the wilderness, making a way for the Messiah." So how can people say, "Oh, I'm a Baptist"? No, that was his job profession. Most people who read that book don't know what it means. It's a double-edged sword. The reason they didn't let African slaves read it because they just read to them, "Be a good slave." That's what God said. But it also says you're only permitted to have your slave for 7 years. Most people who read that book have no comprehension of it.
Okay. Exactly.
Most people don't realize Jesus never called to be a Christian is not a religion. It's a mind frame. It's a state of consciousness. That's what it is. To be a Christian is a stigma. Oh, this person, you can tell they're Christian. Why? They didn't smoke since they've been here. They didn't touch that. They didn't touch no liquor. They didn't touch no strong drink. Why? Because it's not permitted to. He said, "Don't drink and become a fool." Most people who read that book is written plain. When he say this is this and this is that, most people don't take it for what it is. They manipulate it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a double-edged sword because when I start reading that book and it let me see the filth in other people, trust me, it's let me see the filth in myself 10 times first before I look at somebody else. Because when you read it, when you sit down, most problems with church, they jump in the scripture. They go from Genesis to Revelations and then go to John, Luke. No, read the book straight through. Most people are so fucked up because instead of reading the book from page 1 to page 10, you're skipping pages, having people confused. The thing with God, and I'm going to leave it like this when it comes to the eating meat thing. God said his law is the same yesterday, the same today, and the same tomorrow. He will never change. People forget that.
Okay, that's cool. Listen, I learned a lot from you, and I appreciate you. I do.
I learned more from you. Be honest with you, you're the only person I can have a conversation with that don't curse me out. Because I told you many times before, and I'll say it again, I'm not a know-it-all. I'm still young, and I'm learning how to have proper conversation as a man.
Well,
period.
Listen, only thing you got to work on is your patience. You know what I mean? But I understand that too, because you know when you hear something and you're fiery and it sparks the ideas.
It broke my heart. It broke my heart when I seen that the people that taught me this word wasn't living by it. That shit broke me to pieces. I'll be honest with you.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Wait. Hold on, LP. Hold on a second.
You have a call from.
Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna click you in. But you gotta turn down your volume or your background.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
No, not you, PDO. I'm talking about the other call. I got another call on the line. All right, we good now? Now, yeah, LPDO. No, what I'm saying is, when I say that I learn a lot from you is because regardless of whether we agree on the information or not, we still have to respect the fact that we both know things, we both believe things, and we both have ideas. And it's always good to have a good exchange with people that think differently than you, because that's actually how you learn. How you going to learn from everybody who knows the same things and believes the same things as you do? You know what I mean? But we just have to learn to listen to each other. And I mean, listen deeply. Now, we can disagree on ideology, and that's fine. It's really okay to do that, because later on, like one thing my dad used to always tell me, and it stuck with me from the first time he told me, and I always say this to people. He always told me, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So that means that, like, you know, there may be a time in your life when somebody is trying to teach you something or tell you something, and you might not be in the mind frame to be able to listen to it right at that time. You may not be able to listen to it, or you might not give a shit about it at that time. But later on, when you come into the knowledge, if what they told you is the truth, then you will remember the first person who taught it to you. That's what he meant by, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. I took it a little bit farther when he told me that, because I'm thinking, like, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. But guess what? The classroom is going to be formed. In other words, when I'm ready to receive the knowledge that I was taught before, that I wasn't ready to accept when they taught it to me. When I'm ready to accept it, now I'm going to make sure, or try to make sure, that other people understand what I understand too. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why it's always good. That's why it's always good to listen to what people say, even if you don't agree with it, because you never know if what they're saying is true. It will come to you later on, and it doesn't have anything to do with being right or wrong. It has everything to do with building on your knowledge base, because you can't teach what you don't know, but you can absolutely spread the word or teach or show what you have learned for sure. So hold on for a minute, because we have another call online. Caller with the last numbers 1132. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Thank you for holding. What's on your mind today? What's good?
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
I'm trying to find out what is God's protection.
Okay. Well, I can't answer. Are you asking me or are you asking LPDO?
I'm just asking in general. I have an idea, but I'm just trying to, I want to hear it out loud.
Okay. I'll go first, LPDO, and then you can go, okay? All right.
Yes, sir.
I think God's protection, first of all, I want to start off by saying that I don't know. But what I think is that when we talk about protection, I'm thinking about saving somebody or protecting somebody from harm. So it can be protecting you from a physical harm or protecting your feelings. That's what I think God's protection is. The thing is, I don't know if it really works the way that we say that it works, because we're normally thinking about it from our own perspective. You know how it is. I don't know if you've ever been broke to the point where you didn't have any money, and then you were around somebody who had $100. Now, the person who had $100 didn't have a lot of money, but because you didn't have any, that person with the $100 had everything. So the same way that person that has $100 seems like they have so much when I have absolutely nothing, it could be the same way that I think that babies and fools are protected, because I'm looking at the protection of myself. I'm thinking about my own protection. I'm thinking about other people who are like me that I think are unprotected. And I'm looking at these babies being taken care of, being raised, being handled with care. And I'm looking at these fools, do all this crazy, reckless and dangerous stuff and somehow, make it by unscathed. But did they really make it through unscathed? Because, you might jump off a building and survive, but that doesn't mean you didn't break a bone. It doesn't mean that you didn't scrape yourself. It doesn't mean that you didn't half-ass scare yourself to death, which might have been the thing that made you jump out of the window in the first place. So protection is probably a really broad thing, but most of us look at it from the lenses of our own perception. So that's what I think protection is. I'm not sure if he protects babies and fools the way we think he does.
Okay. Yes. God protects the babies and fools, and it's like gotta have the foresight, knowing that, for example, like you said, when you're being broke sometimes, you ever been real broke and you hear somebody say, "Oh, I'm praying to hit the lottery"?
Shit, plenty of time.
Now, that's the thing is, most people ask God to play that lottery number for them, not knowing when they read the scripture, God said lottery, you're not supposed to play at all. So God's protection is deeper than man's understanding, meaning he didn't know if a certain person would have that $100 in their pocket, instead of them going to eat, they're going to go buy something that they shouldn't, crack or something that they shouldn't do. So God won't allow that person to have that money to go to a club, that club might get shot up that night. God's protection and foresight is on every human being that's walking, because we all do things that's detrimental to our own health, physically and spiritually. So God, he will let us suffer, and it's called long suffering, not just for 5 minutes. He'll let you go without certain things in life, knowing that when you don't have that money, you know what? Your dignity is going to be better. You're going to have more respect for everyone. Most people nowadays would rather be that rich person. They have no respect for that person they see on the street that's down on their luck. Most people want to be that rich person because they lost their soul. You have to thank God for the bad times. That's his protection. Like, prime example, one of my best friends, Lauren Abram, she died during Hurricane Sandy. Now, I love this woman. I wish I could change places with her, but the truth is this. My friend was very promiscuous. She was a young woman, no children, but she liked to, sleep around a lot. Now, this is the truth. I don't know why God takes people's lives, but God has a reason. Who's to say that night when she got electrocuted? Who's to say that, you know what? If she lived that night, the next night she go to meet a man to have sex, who's to know if it'd be 15 guys waiting to rape her and to torture her and beat her? So God said, you know what? Before you go through this evil, I'm going to just take you from me, take you from this world. So you have to look. You can't look at things from just, oh my God, it's not going in my favor. You got to look and see if it's going to God's favor first. So he protects us in every way, financially, emotionally, and spiritually. Because some people is better off without the money.
Heavy. I just put up a poll question for y'all, and I want to get your opinion on it. The poll question asks, do you think that death can be a form of punishment? What do y'all think about that? What's your answer?
Can be sweet and short. Death is not a punishment. Heaven demands death. Everybody wants to get to heaven, but nobody wants to die. And the truth is, if we had to live in this plane of existence forever, that would be hell. Not knowing if you're going to eat every day, always have to work, always have to. Death is a release. It's not it's the beginning to everlasting life. Christ said it. You Pharisees search the scriptures for everlasting life, not knowing you already have it. Once you die, you're a spirit. Spirits don't stop to exist. You either go up or down. So death is a release. It's a friend, to be honest with you, because in the next life, the problems we suffer from here is not going to be in the next. If you follow the correct God.
Okay. What about you? 1132.
I think if you're suffering on earth right now, as a Christian, when you die, that's and you know where you're going, you're free. Because I don't think death is a punishment. I think you're free. You're no longer in pain. When I pass, I know I made it to heaven because I did the Lord's work. So I don't want nobody to fast. I mean, you're going to mourn, but I don't want nobody grieving because I'm not hurting no more. I'm not suffering no more. So I don't think it's that all depends on how I die. Now, if I'm murdered, that's a different story. That's completely different. But if I die, from what's going on, that's freedom for me. But like if I got killed or something, that's the whole and the way I
that's the second death. Yeah.
The way you guys look at it, either way, I know I'm saved and I'm going to be in front of God. But with the mourning and everything, I know I made it. But it's how I went,
So you think that the way you die, can be a form of punishment?
Yeah.
It's not from God, but there's two people working. It ain't just God working; it's the enemy works too. Mm-hmm. I believe he does work. I believe you can't give him the power because he don't have no power unless you give it to him. It's evil on this earth, period. So it all depends. Like I said, if I die, I know I made it in heaven because I done been serving the Lord over 25 years, so I know I made it. But it all depends on what happens, whether it's through my sickness, or through somebody taking me out. Now that's what I'm fighting against. You have a lot of jealous people with hating on you, whatnot, and you never know how you're gonna go.
Okay. Well,
You
the
never
reason.
know how you're gonna go. You just never know.
Let me ask y'all a question. How did Jesus die? Did he die of natural causes, or was he? How did he die?
Oh, this is one thing. What she was saying before I answered that question was 100%. It was the reason, like she said, how you die. You have the first death and the second death. The first ones that believe to die underneath God's love are the ones who die a peaceful sleep, and the second death are the ones who are murdered. So it is important on the way that you die. Number one, and number two, the way that Jesus died, it wasn't a natural death. It was before his natural. If you read the scriptures, it was a part of his natural time. He had to die for us to be saved. The way he was crucified, the way he went out was horrible. But when you read that scripture for what it is, there's no contradiction in it. When you read it from cover to cover, that was his natural birth. That was the reason he was born. In the scripture, it says a child was taken and a child was given. A child was given to Mary, and then a child was taken up on that cross for us. So that was what you would call faith, predestination. It was faith. Before Adam was even put here, before the world was here, God is omnipresent. He knew what was going to happen.
All right. Well, let me ask you. Let me ask you another question. Was Jesus hurt before he died?
Was he hurt?
Mm-hmm.
He was emotionally and spiritually hurt before he physically died.
Was he physically hurt? Did anybody put hands on Jesus?
Yes, he was physically hurt. There were times where before he was crucified that he had to flee the synagogues because they was trying to stone him. And he said, "It's not my time." And he ran. So they were throwing stones at him and he was hit. And before he was crucified, they gambled for his clothes. They beat him, they tortured him, and they assaulted him for everything imaginable we can think of.
Okay. Well, that sounds like Jesus was murdered.
And yes, he was murdered. And the thing is because this is why people don't understand why he had to die. Since Adam was the first perfect man and Adam sinned, the only thing that can make something good is the perfect thing that made the mistake. Since Adam was the first man that made the mistake, you can think of it as like a pot. If you drop a pot on the floor, it's going to have a dent in it. Every loaf you put in that pot is going to come out with the same imperfection. So the only way that imperfection could be fixed if another perfect being would be here. And since logically he was the first one with the imperfection, nothing can come from him clean. That's why Jesus was born without a father. He didn't have the dent. And he took the place. He took the place of Adam's mistake. He took the place for the liars of this world, the murderers of this world, the ones who got proven guilty, and the ones that didn't get punishment yet. He took the place of them, for all of us. So when you read it, it's the Bible is full scope, because the same place where Abraham was going to sacrifice his son, right across is Golgotha, the same the same place where Christ was crucified. So the Bible has a full circle scope when you read it. But the thing they did to the Lord was horrible. They murdered him. Yes, it was murder.
Okay.
Jesus wasn't ran over by somebody drunk in a chariot. He was murdered by the government.
Okay. So my point is, if we say that death can be a form of punishment, and y'all believe that the way that you die can be a form of punishment.
The scriptures say yeah, if you die, it says if you live to be 75 years and older, that God deemed you to have a good life. And it says if you die peacefully in your sleep, it says that's the first death. And then the second death of those who are murdered and those who have horrific deaths. So when you read the scriptures, it talks about two different forms of death that can come to you. It can come to you as a friend, or it can come to you as an enemy. Because everything is underneath subjection to God. Death itself listens to God.
Okay. Only thing I'm trying to raise the question of. Oh, okay. Let me just say this. I don't think that death is ever a form of punishment ever. I mean, I don't think it is. I don't think it can be. I don't think that it's possible. I'm just gonna
Can I
put that out there.
Can I ask you one question? And most people I ask this question, they always answer it the same. Please be honest. If the Lord came to you and said, look, you can die right now and come with me to heaven, or I can give you another 120 years. And no matter what you do, you're going to come to me to heaven after. What would you choose?
Well, first of all, I would have to question who God is, because he's never spoken to me before. So how do I, with all this,
it's a fact that
look,
you don't doubt
with all of this
100%
AI stuff out here, with all this AI stuff out here, I don't even know. God might be mad at me. God might be. I ain't even bullshitting. God might be mad at me. I'm be like, yeah, all right, you God, huh? Okay. Well, I'm gonna need you to do some. Well, I'm saying, I'm speaking literally, because I don't know if I would be able to trust it. Like, I don't know if I can see God in the physical, or trust God to be in the physical while I'm alive.
Question. The choice: either go to paradise right now, or live for another 120 years and do whatever you want and still go to paradise. What would you choose?
First of all, I'ma always choose life, even if you told me that there's no guarantee that I'm going to go to heaven, because this world is what I know.
This is what I'm saying. Most people that I ask that question to, would you rather go right now to paradise or live another 120 years on this earth? Most people choose another 120 years.
I would.
We're not designed.
I would.
We're not designed to stay.
I would choose another 120 years. I would choose another 120 years. Why go now?
Why?
Because I am of this world. It's all I know. There are things I want to see.
Into this world, but you're not of this world. You're born into this world.
This is the only world I know.
Your body wants to sleep, but your spirit don't want none of that shit.
I don't.
Your body like the women. Your spirit don't want. Wait. Your body like that liquor. Your body like the gold.
That's true. But
your spirit don't like none of that shit.
But my spirit does not govern this world. It governs my mind in that world, but it doesn't govern this world.
Where you're going, this is a fact. Where you're going, your spirit is going to be there way longer than your physical body can ever be on this earth.
Well, when somebody wait.
Spiritual before we get back to the spirit.
When at least one person that has passed on comes back and tells me that it's all right over there, then I'm going to be in a hurry to get there. But because nobody has done that,
ain't nobody ever come to you and tell you it's bad there neither.
Ain't nobody ever come back, period.
No, Jesus came back, brother.
Was you there?
Was I there? No, but that's something I know. This is one thing. I know what they tell me my name is. I know what they tell me I'm born at, the name of this earth. I know what they tell me, my mom, my dad, who those people are. That's things they tell me. Those are things I believe because they tell me. The only thing I know for a fact is who the Lord is. That's the truth for me. Now, I'm not saying that just because another person don't think like me is sad and messed up, but the proof is in the pudding. Creation itself points to him. Every religion that's major and every religion that's minor talks about this man. Everyone points to him. Jews, Muslims, Christians, the Hindus, Buddhist monks got scriptures of Jesus in the mountains healing those parts. Everything points to this man. So I can only speak for me, and this is the truth. We only going to know who's right and wrong after we all die. Because on Judgment Day, we're going to see who's sitting on that throne. And I guarantee you, I might go to hell and burn with a lot of people, but I'll be one of those people looking to my left and right, telling people, I told you Jesus sit on the throne. That's the only thing I know for a fact. But everything points to the Lord.
But we have to take into consideration that is our faith, and everybody does
has nothing to do with the fact.
Do you have faith?
The way I act, no, because I'm a transgressor. That's why I say I'm a
doesn't mean fire. Just because you're not one. Listen, my man. You can pass a test with a 75. Not all tests are passed with 100. So it doesn't mean that you're not a believer or that you don't have faith just because you question things or because.
No, I'm not living it. If I have faith, I would be living my life a certain way. That's why I say I don't have faith. I can quote the scripture very well from front to cover, from cover to cover. But the thing is, I'm not living it in my life.
Maybe you are living it. Maybe you are living it
now.
Maybe you are living it, but maybe you just you're working on it. Listen to what I'm saying. Maybe you are. All right, listen. Maybe you are only on your faith or spiritual test. You are only working on a D level. Maybe you got to work your way up to a C or B or A before the end of the semester. Maybe,
hopefully,
but you still in this. The class is still in session. You know what I mean? You haven't failed yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you're gonna get left back, but you might only be working with you might only have like a 60 or 65 right now. You know what I'm saying? Keep working, get some extra credit.
I'm trying to get up there,
get some extra credit.
This is why I say I'm kind of worse than stupid people, because I know the blessings that's gonna come from following Jesus. Like, I know I won't have to rob. I know I won't have to be living a certain kind of way if I follow him. I just choose not to. And that's me being plain stupid. That's me being plain stupid. The law is the law. I got an F. I'm a man, so I got to look myself in the mirror with that. When it comes down to the negative things, yeah, I'm standing on it. But when it comes down to positive things as a man with myself, as a man.
I don't think that you could speak the words that you've been speaking today if you was on an F level right now.
There's a difference. There's a difference. You can be shit. You can have a room full of intelligent people. Everybody there is intelligent. That doesn't mean everybody on the same level. I'm just an intelligent fool. That's a God honest truth. I'm just an intelligent fool. That's all.
All right. Well, if I'm grading the papers, you're not failing. You're not failing this class. But anyway,
I appreciate it.
But I listen, man. I appreciate y'all both calling in. This was good stuff. This was good stuff right here. Yeah, I really appreciate it.
Now I learned a lot from listening to you. Trust me, I listen a lot more than I call in. And the thing is like iron sharp as iron. I learn from you. The topics you bring up, the stuff like even the comments everybody put. I appreciate everybody that since they put in, because when you said it takes more than one person to raise a kid. And it's like right now it's all some village shit. It's like I'm the little brother and I'm learning. And I appreciate the molding and you tweaking and your little touches on a finished product. Hopefully one day I have a young dude calling on my station and I'll be telling him right from wrong as well. And he can have enough respect to disagree the proper way.
No, it's like I said, man. This is a good thing, and I'm like I said, I learn a lot from people like you, people like the other caller, and definitely people in the chat. I don't think I will ever know everything or even be sure of everything. But what I will do is I'll keep stockpiling information and keep processing, because I believe in my heart of hearts that if God does protect babies and fools, I'm definitely far from a baby, but I'm probably closer to a fool, and he has definitely worked out some situations to whereas I felt safe enough or comfortable enough to keep going.
In that same scripture, it says all man thoughts are foolish in God's eyes. So that's God himself.
Sounds good to me. Shoot, I'm foolish in a lot of other people's eyes too, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Hopefully I get that covering. It's gonna work it out. It's gonna work out.
It's all is because like a person can listen to you like we got the protection. We got the protection. It's not something that can be bought. It's not something that you can go and get, because you can't be voted into it. It's either God loves you or he doesn't. God loves to preserve his people. Period. That's all I can really say. Hopefully one day I can get to a level of maturity and I can just step up in life. Right now I think I'm failing. There's a lot of people that depend on me that I'm not able to help right now. And as a man, it doesn't matter about my physical attributes or what I'm doing. It's like I'm not able to help the people that need me, that need a man right now.
Well, maybe their babies.
And that's what makes me feel bad.
Maybe they're babies or fools, and God is protecting them in your absence.
Hopefully, I pray he is.
Yeah,
I pray he is, because like me, even with the martial arts, that means nothing to me. I just hope the people around me can be okay.
I hear you.
All right, Omar, I was just calling in because I wanted to know that question, and I got my answer.
Well, I appreciate you calling in, both of y'all. Y'all have a great day.
You too. God bless, sister. You have a beautiful Sunday.
All right.
Peace.
That was good shit. That was really that was something else. That was something else. You know, an exchange like that really reinforces to me that it's not how you start, it's how you finish. You know, because at the beginning of the call, I wasn't really sure where it was going to go or whatever. But as you see, as time goes on, when people are appreciative and respectful of each other, you can work out some stuff. And we don't have enough of that. In my opinion, there's not enough of that I encounter where we could where you can see flashes of positivity and just moving the needle. Everything that's positive isn't for everybody. Everything that's negative isn't against everybody. You know what I mean? Like, our perception means a lot when it comes to how we navigate our things ourselves through a regular day. So once again, I want to show my appreciation, you know, to both of the callers who called in. I really like that. I really like that. So as we proceed to give you what you need. Now, y'all see, I put up the poll question about, do you think that death can be a form of a punishment? Now, for me, I don't look at death as being a punishment because nobody makes it out of here alive. Not only that, you know, I've been to so many funerals in my life, and what a lot of people say at the funerals is, you know, when you die, you're free from pain, you're free from worry, you're free from everything. You know, you've gone to be with your Lord. You know, I got this thing. I got something for y'all. The last funeral that I went to, this preacher, yo, he was giving it up so crazy. Like, I was laughing, and at the same time, I was like, hey, man, you know, when you're a believer, you're a believer. But he was such an old school type of preacher. I want y'all to hear how he was giving it up. And this was the last funeral. So my friend Angel, who whose mom had passed, it was from her funeral. So no disrespect there, but the preacher was kind of preventing me from funeraling. And you will see why in a minute. Now, y'all might see it differently. Let me see, where was the shit? Is this it? Yeah, hold on, y'all. I got you. In these moments, what God does is when He calls us straight home. Okay, wait. That I will receive him if you are willing to be in relationship with God. In these moments, what God does is when He calls a saint home, what He does is He's trying to get all the souls that are attached to that person. And if you thought that Mama was a wonderful person, if you miss Mama, if you enjoyed how she lived her life, you got to come into relationship with Jesus Christ. Is there anybody here that'll lift their hands and say, my life isn't perfect. My life, I don't have everything that I want, but I certainly have everything that I need because I got Jesus in my life. Is there anybody here that can lift their hands and testify and say, the Lord has been a provider in my life, that every single thing that I needed, the Lord has provided. I shouldn't have got it, but it was only because His grace and mercy. And so come to Him while you have a chance. Amen. I'm going to play it again. Because the part that gets me is when he's like, and you.
that I will receive him if you are willing to be in relationship with God. In these moments, what God does is when he calls a saint home, what he does is he's trying to get all the souls that are attached to that person. And if you thought that mama was a wonderful person, if you miss mama, if you enjoyed how she lived her life, you got to come into relationship with Jesus Christ. Is there anybody here that'll lift their hands and say, my life isn't perfect. My life, I don't have everything that I want, but I certainly have everything that I need because I got Jesus in my life. Is there anybody here that can lift their hands and testify and say, the Lord has been a provider in my life, that every single thing that I needed, the Lord has provided. I shouldn't have got it, but it was only because His grace and mercy. And so come to him while you have a chance.
Amen.
Come to him.
Yes.
Come to him.
Yes.
But listen,
Amen.
I would love for you to be a member.
You know, he started recruiting after that. You know, it's like, look, y'all, I got this church. Y'all gotta come. Yeah, me join the church. Yeah, you gotta come join the church. You know, so but he was so old school with it, and he wasn't no old head. But and I'm, if I ever come on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show or the Daily Go Get a Miss him and start talking to y'all about the things that we need to talk about. I'm talking. All right. Well, it's funny because I do these shows, man, and I hadn't even remembered that I took that video. You know what I mean? And I didn't want nobody to know I was taping it, so I just put the joint on record and let him get busy. That's what I did. But you see how he was giving it up. So when I'm thinking about God protects babies and fools, and you listen to some of the things that he was saying in that passage, and I haven't listened to it since then. And that was like, I think that funeral was in January. It was in early January. So you notice he was saying, if you love mama and, you believe that she was good, he was like, don't worry about it. She's, God got her now. They call it a homegoing service. She went home. So when I asked if death can be a form of a punishment, I'm like, no matter whether you good or bad, you're gonna die. The afterlife is what you have to be concerned about. Now that's a lot of that is gonna have to depend on whether you are a believer or not. I don't think that your outcome of eternity has anything to do with whether you're a believer or not. But it's for our purposes on this earth, most of us believe that. So if we look at death as being a punishment, we also probably have to look at it as being a blessing also. And many of us do. Many of y'all have had loved ones that were suffering for so long, so sick for so long, and in so much pain that when they finally passed, even though you miss them and you love them so much and you wish that they could still be here, you were glad that they were free of pain. Free of pain. So just like Elpidio was saying on the call, like it's your spirit that doesn't need anything. Your physical body needs a lot of things, but we live in the physical. As much as we try to astral travel and live in more of the next dimension and get to the spiritual realm, we still have to deal with the physical problems and the situations that we have here. We have to. I mean, the only reason that I'm sitting here talking to y'all right now, this is a physical thing. This is not a spiritual thing. Y'all can help me get closer to a form of spirituality, but this is physical. It is. You know what I mean? It's physical. Y'all come, y'all hear this, y'all participate. You know, there's money involved and all that kind of stuff. It's all physical. So we can't deny that we are in that dimension. And it's hard for most of us to get out of it. So it's a little tough. But I don't want, I keep saying I don't want to stray too far away from the topic of the show, which is God protects babies and fools. I think in many ways, we are all babies and we are all foolish. We're all babies because all of us are young compared to somebody else. I'm 54 years old. To my mom, I'm still her baby. She's 29 years older than me. I will always be her baby, no matter how old I get. So my mom just turned 84 this past Wednesday. To somebody who's 100, she's a baby to them. Oh yeah, I remember when I was in my 80s. So, and we all have done things that we were either ill prepared for, or that we didn't think out very well, or that somebody was saying, yo, don't do that. And we did it. So in that way, to somebody, we are all foolish and we are all fools. Good looking out, my brother from another mother, Norris Hill. Appreciate you. But yeah, God protects babies and fools. It's probably true. On what level is it true for us? What level is it true for us? Like, unfortunately, man, with the internet and social media and all of that kind of stuff, we have proof as far as protection is concerned, and our perception or definition of protection is concerned, that sometimes God doesn't protect the fools and the babies enough. Sometimes. Which one of us has not lost a young person? Maybe due to violence, maybe an accident, something. They are no longer here with us. Oh, I forgot, sickness, maybe an illness. We've all lost somebody like that. Why wasn't God protecting them babies? Maybe he was, but maybe we don't see the protection outside of what we want for somebody else. When you love somebody, when you care about somebody, you want the best for them. So when you see them being hurt, when you see them under a lot of stress, when you see them being afraid, when you see them being uncomfortable, we don't look at them as being protected. But everybody's journey is a little different. Same thing with the fools. How many of y'all haven't lost somebody that just wouldn't stop doing the thing that eventually killed them? I lost Earth last year. Wouldn't stop smoking. Even when they told him that it was going, he came on this show 3 times. He came on this show. And not one time on this show did he say, I'm going to live because I'm going to stop doing what I was doing, like the doctor said. He said the exact opposite of that. On the show, y'all can go ahead and rewind the tape. I'm sitting right next to him like, he ain't the first fool I've lost. He won't be the last. I'm a fool. There are plenty of things that people have been warning me against for years. You know what I mean? I don't know if one of those things is going to eventually take me out. So, what kind of protection we talking about? TK Wright says, I remember, yeah, he came on here almost bragging like, shit, God got me. That's what he said. Wait, he didn't say God got me. He said he had a talk with the man And the man told him he ain't going nowhere. That's what he said. Well, maybe we don't know what going nowhere means either. But we saw that he had to leave from here. David Vickers, protection from the Holy Spirit. Okay. But yeah, man, you know, oh, fudge. Yeah, so yeah, in somebody's eyes, we've all done foolish things or practiced foolish behavior. I might do something foolish later on. Matter of fact, it might not wait. But at least I'm somebody's baby. Now, who and which one of us hasn't been? Which one of us hasn't thought to themselves, you know, I probably should have been gone a long time ago. Remember the time I did this? You know, them little secret things that you've done. You know, them things when you didn't tell nobody where you was going or what you was planning to do, and it didn't go right. Where you narrowly escaped death, or so you think you did. You think you did. We've been there. Cheryl Halsey says we're not perfect, man. You ain't never lied. We are definitely not perfect. I stopped trying to be. Stacey White says, I'm a Christian, but I'm a fool sometimes. You ain't the only Christian fool. I could introduce you to some people. Grown Woman Don't Try Me says, that hurt me when I saw it because I think he was just ready. He may have been suffering more than we know. I think about, listen, man, I'm going to tell y'all like this. Y'all think I'm a big Eagles fan? I'm nothing compared to how Earth was. Nothing. At his funeral, his whole theme of his funeral, casket and everything was draped in Eagle shit. My family would never do that for me. Because I'd be like, hell, do not give nobody, no Philadelphia Eagles, no credit for, sending me off. No, I represent y'all represent me. We'll do it like that. But that's a company, it's a team. Nah, I'm a fan. That's it. We not doing that. We are not doing that. But that's how much the Eagles meant to him as far as his family was concerned. And I respect it. I do. I respect that. And I'm saying that to say that, we all have our thing. We all have that thing that we do and that we believe in and that we defend and that we are part of and sometimes those things are things that we speak against. There was another reason that I brought up the whole Earth with the Eagles thing. Well, regardless of all of that, I have been in some crazy ass situations. Some things, I share with y'all and other people, and some things I'm like, keep that tuck. Keep that. But one thing is for sure, I didn't escape death. I didn't escape it. It wasn't my time. When my time comes, can't nobody save me from that shit. Nobody. Not a surgeon. Not a shaman. Not my mama. Certainly not my daddy. He gone. You know what I mean? When it's my time, it's my time. We don't like the cycle of life. We don't like it. And parents are supposed to die before their kids do, but they don't. It doesn't work that way all the time. It doesn't work all that way all the time. Let me see. Stacy says, I'm always my mother's baby. And she says, I'm still a kid to my cousin. I hear that. And Omar says, you ever heard of Omar Mukhtar? The speech is easy to be unsuccessful. Damn, that sound deep. He says, I listen to that once a month. I'm gonna look that up. That sound deep as hell. And it's true. I ain't even gotta see it. It is easy as shit to be unsuccessful. But damn, you be successful at being unsuccessful. I'm saying, keep striving. Nara says, a grown woman, don't try me. Right. The most we can feel for others is empathy. We're incapable of feeling others' personal, physical pain simultaneously. What if we a Corsican brother? All right. Yo, Norris, you feel that shit? Yo, Norris, you feel that shit? Yo, Norris, you my brother from another mother, right? So you feel that shit? Man, I know your wrist hurting like a motherfucker. I know it is. I know it's hurt. Grown woman says, I've been in situations where I was afraid I wouldn't see another day. See? He said, ouch. my bad, son, my bad. You know, I mean, just had to prove a point. But yeah, yeah. Shit. At the Eagles parade. Just the day before yesterday. That was a life-changing experience. You know what I mean? We almost lost one. That's how I was feeling. This is about to be a wrap. This is about to be a wrap. I thought, I said, damn, I might have fucked up with my decision to come here. Let me tell y'all about it if y'all didn't see the show that night. So, I played it for y'all yesterday. Besides almost feeling like I was getting crushed at the parade yesterday, I also came in contact with some horses that I got an allergic reaction to, and I couldn't get to my inhaler. And when I got to my inhaler, then the inhaler was empty. So I had to squeeze the little bit of life I had out of the inhaler. But I was I was fading fast. And I'm thinking, like, why did I come to this fucking parade? All my mom and everybody is going to be saying is, see, you shouldn't have went to that parade. You ain't need to go to that parade. You went to all of the games. What'd you go to the parade for? Had me second guessing everything I've ever done in my life. And here were the horses. Beautiful animals. But you see how congested it is? We all squeezed up together, and it felt a lot worse than it actually is. You see them two white horses? One of them shitted and splashed everybody with this shit. Yeah, including me. He got me on the bottom of my pants leg. I ain't get it the worst, but nonetheless, I got hit. Yeah, man, you can't tell because I got the selfie stick that I'm taping with. So you can't tell I'm being crushed. And it was all good until my chest tightened up and my breathing got all shallow. I was like, oh no, I'm doomed. I would have fought for my life though. And I mean that in a literal sense. I would have literally fought for my life. I was going to get to that inhaler. Johnny West awesome. Don't y'all eat horse poop to celebrate a Super Bowl? People who ain't Eagles fans mad. They mad. I understand. I understand. Yo, only one team can win per year, and that's us. You heard, you hear, yeah. And for the next year, the Eagles are the best, is what you're gonna hear. And it's coming from me, coming from us, coming from all of y'all. You stand tall. Yeah, that parade was all of that. Even though I couldn't breathe for a couple of minutes, I got back. Everything is gonna be okay, because it wasn't my time to die on that day. But the time will come, and hopefully it's in a long while. Yeah, because my child is somebody that I gotta see grow, learn, and do the things and try to earn the self-respect, self-love. Make sure that I place everything that she want above all others. My sisters and brothers, they love me to death. I love them back to life. Yeah, 3 kids, wife, Volvo station wagon, white picket fence. Yeah, I'm trying to be immense. And since I still strive, yeah, and since I still try to be alive, I've devised the brand new plan, because I ain't leaving this earth today, maybe later on, my man. Everything is going to be okay. It's EAGLES today. Oh, should I say it like the mayor say it? Well, I'm going to do it. No, ELGSES. ELGSES. I say ELGSES Eagles. ELGSES Eagles. Yeah, man. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Whoever your team is, they didn't win the Super Bowl. We did. And it's funny because, people starting to talk about that dynasty shit. And I was like, dynasty? I ain't never look at the Eagles being no dynasty talk. Says you got to win a lot of Super Bowls. But then I got to thinking, I said, wait a minute. Since 2000, we've been in 4 Super Bowls. We've been in 4. And we got 2. So we 2 for 2. We've been to 5 total. But we're 2 for 2 since 2000. And I know we're going to get our 3rd next year. So we really can start to get into that dynasty talk, that conversation. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was like, look, just give me my 2nd Super Bowl, man. You know what I mean? Because Earth died for that shit, literally. That's what I was trying to that's what I was trying to get to when I started talking about Earth and the whole Eagles thing. The reason I think the Eagles won the Super Bowl this year in such dramatic fashion is because I think Earth ordained that shit. I do. I think he said, nah, we're going to get the 2nd chip. He might make sure we get the next one. We might 3-peat. You know what I'm saying? He might Sarah McLachlan us the game. In the arms of an angel. All right. In the arms of an angel. Maybe we got to change it to in the arms of an eagle. In the arms of an eagle. What you saying, Johnny? That wouldn't be a bad shirt. The way we got plenty of shirts with that. Oh, that's a thing. They even branded that shit. Yeah, the mayor fucked up and rebranded and made a whole new brand. Yes, there's people running around talking about ELGSES Eagles. Yes, it is. And I don't know if y'all saw in the parade where Jalen Hurts called Saquon Barkley Saquon Barkley. And that came from when we beat the Commanders the first time, and one of their fans, this old head dude, he kept calling him he must not have known how to say Saquon. He kept saying, yeah, man, that's Saquon Barkley. That's Saquon Barkley, man. Y'all got a good one, man. Let's Saquon Barkley. and it must have went viral. So evidently, Jalen Hurts and them found out he called her Sayshawn. When he said that shit, I was like, I wonder if the news, the outlets and all that know what he's talking about. Sayshawn Barkley. That's who he gonna be from now on. My nigga Sayshawn. No, not Saison. Not Saison. Sayshawn. Like maybe SAYSHON. Sayshawn Barkley. Not Saison Barkley. Not Saison. Nah, no adobo Barkley. This is Sayshawn Barkley. Troy Diesel, what's good? He said, "What's up, Fly Eagles Fly? We the best. We are. Team flexing. No, Sayshawn Barkley. Yo, y'all gotta see. Hold on. Let me see if I can bring it up. Video of man calling Saquon Barkley Sayshawn Barkley. Come on, man. It gotta be in here somewhere. It was on Instagram.
You have a call.
All right, hold on, just a second. Let me find this Sayshawn Barkley. All right, no, hold on. Sayshawn Barkley. Fuck, I'm going to my Instagram app and see if I can find it. Okay. No, where's the join? Let's see. Damn, man. Talking about some no results. Where's that shit? Where's that Sayshawn? Sayshawn. All right, hold on. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Nah, wait a minute. Might be getting close. Might be getting close. Come on, Sayshawn. Oh, fuck. I don't want to take too long because we at the end of the show anyway. So let me bring my man on. What's going on, my dude?
What's up, bro?
You already know.
Brooklyn, we did it.
Man, it had to happen. It had to happen.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it. We do what we do. We did it. We did the did.
Wait till we do it again next year.
That thing be thinking.
It's gonna be thinking harder next year. It's gonna be your thing hard.
I mean, that thing gonna be even paying harder next
You know what I mean? No Diddy, you think harder.
That math gonna be mathing.
It's definitely gonna be mathing.
What's going on, good brother?
Man, it's all good, man. You know what I mean? Feeling like a real man should. You already know.
Shit, he called him Station, I called him Sasquatch.
But did you see the video of the boy called?
I seen it.
Yeah, I'm still trying to find that joint. That thing was funny as hell.
And I also like to thank our mayor, because you brought it up. I like to thank our mayor for setting us back to maybe 20 years with not knowing how to spell Eagles. Set black people back 20 years.
Like my man told me, players mess up too, son.
She might have had a weed too tight.
Something ain't. Yeah,
But said it out loud and proudly. E-L.
Well, the real problem was they let her do it.
And it was other people behind the scene.
Yeah. I guess they was like, well, at least as long as it end up the right way with the Eagles, John, we gonna let it go. But I saw their face when she started off ELGSE. It's like, SES, Eagles.
That shit was like The Price is Right. Oh.
And she from Philly. Something tells me she used to be a Cowboys fan.
Hey, we need to whip her ass. we need to send some women up there to grip up her neck if she used to be a Cowboys fan.
For more reasons than that. For sure.
Yeah.
All right, but before we get out of here, the topic of today was God protects babies and fools. Give me a quick thought on that, so, and then we got to get out of here.
I already knew that, but I'm at work, so I just had the opportunity to come on. But yes, even though God protects sinners and sins. People who commit sins and sins. You know all that, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You protect sinners too. As long as you ask him for your forgiveness, he'll keep protecting you. But at the end of the day, at some point in time, you're going to keep asking him for that same forgiveness, and he's not going to forgive you. He's going to allow the devil to infiltrate you and infiltrate what you're doing, and whatever happens, happens.
Mm-hmm.
Because at some point in time, you can't keep doing the same sin over and over and over and over and over and expect his forgiveness.
Right.
You know, you can't keep doing that. And yes, he does protect fools and babies. He protected the fool on Calvary when he was getting crucified. He protected the fools. The two or three next to him were fools, were robbers.
Mm.
You know, and he protected them that day. You know, so they went to heaven. God forgave them. You know, but at some point in time, you can't keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting God to forgive you for your sins.
Why not?
Well, he's a forgiving God, but he's not going to keep forgiving you continuously. There has to be a lesson taught behind what you're doing. He has to teach you a lesson or give you a wake-up call. The wake-up call could be your life, or the wake-up call could be a wake-up call.
But the word says, scriptures say that no man is free of sin, and no sin is greater than the other. And it don't say that there's a limit to his forgiveness.
It's not the fact that he's not going to forgive you, but there is the fact that he's going to allow the devil to infiltrate that situation to give you a wake-up call. There has to be a wake-up call to what you're doing. Mm. You're not just going to keep doing the same thing over and over again, and he's just going to be, all right, I forgive you. I just imagine he up there, can you forgive me for this guy? All right. Can you forgive me for this guy? All right. Same thing. Can you forgive me for this guy? All right. He got one point, God be like, fuck this shit. No.
I'm doomed.
I don't know. I ain't forgiving you this time. No. I'm tired of forgiving.
I am doomed. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. I might as well get buried in a fire retardant suit.
Well, you're not doomed at all, man. Whatever. I don't know what happened before I met you, but I already know the type of person you are, bro. Know what I mean? I already know you. And I hope mom enjoyed her birthday, by the way, too.
Yeah, she
mom
good.
And your sister enjoyed her birthday.
She good. Everybody good.
Yeah, you know, but like I
appreciate that.
You know, in the baby part, the babies are innocent. So, I mean, of course he's going to protect them. They're innocent. They're innocent children. Especially considering, you know, my mom always told me that if God gives you children, he'll help provide for them. You know, and that's what my mom always taught me.
So why people be abusing babies and you know, stuff like that?
Because they be abusing them because, number one, lack of patience, lack of upbringing. You know, some people have children and they try to have children to keep a man, or you know, and they don't understand that man is not going. You can't get a man or keep your man by having a baby by him. So when that doesn't work, and you realize that man is going to be a deadbeat, and all that responsibility falls on you, is a lot of pressure. So when that pressure kicks in, you want to go out with your girlfriends, you want to go twerking, you want to go drinking, you want to go smoke some weed, you want to do this, that, and the other, and you can't do it. At some point in time, there's a breaking point, especially if that baby's crying and you can't handle the crying, or you can't handle that stress level. If you've never been in that stress level, you know, that's why, that's why my mom said if he provides you with him, he'll help you take care of him, because there's some people out there that can't have children.
Well, what I'm saying is, if people have abused their children, you know, killed them, they've killed their children. But let me ask you this: do you think that it's possible to be protected and punished at the same time?
Yes. That's what I mean by he'll forgive you, but he'll allow the punishment to come in behind it so you can have a wake-up call. That's part of the punishment. He allows the devil, because he'll protect you the whole time no matter what. But within that punishment could come something even more sinister, like death. You know what I'm saying? That's just my belief. That's just how I feel.
I'm with that. I hear you. Go ahead.
You know, because you can't. I just feel as though if you're a murderer and you kill somebody, you say, God, forgive me for this. And you murder another person, you say, God, forgive me for that. I mean, that's one of the number one 10 commandments, thou shalt not kill. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody, see, we all fall short of God, of who God is. We all fall short of that. If we didn't sin, we wouldn't need God. We wouldn't need him for nothing.
Okay.
So I mean, we are all sinners. But at the end of the day, forgiveness is when you ask for forgiveness, you asking for forgiveness. But see, my thing is this: if he knows all and sees all, he knows what you think before you think it. I mean, before you do it. He already knows what you're going to do before you do it. He already knows what you're going to say out your mouth before you say it out your mouth. He knows your reaction.
Okay.
I mean, can you imagine having this one guy knows everything about you before you do it? Can you imagine that? He already knows what your reaction will be. So now what you need to do is start turning the tables and give that reaction a different reaction. Everything can't be, let me shoot this nigga. Everything can't be, let me beat the motherfucking shit out of this boy. Everything can't be, let me beat this baby to death because I can't do what I want to do. Everything can't be the negative part of what you want to do in life. Sometimes you have to trigger that positivity within you.
Okay.
You know, because I would hate to think that everything. I've thought about some things, especially lately. I've thought about some things, and what keeps me grounded is thinking about what my mom taught me. What God, what she taught me about God, and things that she taught me and kept me grounded. You know, I find myself as I get older, son. I find myself praying for people. Like I was just in the car today, and this lady was worried about her daughter flying from Boston because of the weather. And I just said, she's my Uber driver. I said, just keep driving. I'm just gonna pray for your daughter and pray for us as well.
Okay.
See, I find myself praying for us, or praying for other people, or praying for myself, even praying for you. You know, I pray for people on a podcast, on your podcast, because we all need God and we all need prayer. We all need guidance sometimes, man. And even if you don't believe in him, I'm going to pray for him pray for you, because at the end of the day, I know one thing: I couldn't be an atheist and hit my foot on the side of the bed and just walk by and be like, "Oh, I gotta be like, oh God, please," because that shit hurts.
I hear you.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I mean, I just can't see myself as you get older, and that's the thing that's what's wrong with our younger generation now. Because even when we was coming up, we took life for granted. You know, I'm pretty sure you found yourself in predicaments that you shouldn't have been around. And then when that happened, you was like, God, thank you for pulling me away from that. Or I'm glad you pulled me out of that situation. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, we've all been in places, like, I know I'm still here for a reason. I'm still here for a reason. My testimony is I was so depressed and so down in the dumps one time, I was just popping Tylenol PMs 10 packs at a time, washing it down with fucking Tanqueray. I didn't give a fuck about life, son. I wanted to die. I didn't give a fuck. I'm still here for a reason. I'm here for a reason. I'd have been shot. I'm here for a reason. I'd have been stabbed up. I'm not a thug. You know I ain't no thug. I'm a brawler. And when people know you're going to whip their ass, they do stupid shit behind it. At the end of the day, I'm a brawler. So when you know you're going to get your ass beat, you find other ways to try to get to me. Only other way you can do is get a weapon. So my testimony is that God has me here for a reason. He has me here for a reason. He has me here to love on my people, to be a president, and people like that I don't know, or people I don't know. You know what I mean? You have to have an understanding of why he has you here. Our whole life is from the time we born to the time we die. Our life is predestined. We already know. He already know how he's gonna bring us home.
All right.
You know. And one more thing: the lady and the lady and the little girl that passed away that was in a plane crash down there in Northeast. Well, I met them. They was here at Shriners. I worked at Shriners Hospital.
Okay.
So I met them before. Sweet as I don't know what. I might can't speak their language, but they would always say thank you. I would always, nod. I would always tell them if they need anything, let me know, and this, that, and other. So it's kind of hurtful. But see, that's what I'm trying to say. We don't know how we're going to go. We do know we're going to go. They didn't know that day God was going to bring them home, regardless of how he was going to bring them home. He brought them home that day. We don't know that. So yes, God protects fools and babies. And the baby that was on that plane was protected by God. So we already know her wings was already there when she got there, along with her mother's.
Okay.
When they got there. So we got to believe in that. And whoever don't believe in that, God forgive them.
I hear you.
I love the podcast, man. I love everybody that's on here. Be safe. You know what I mean?
Appreciate you, my dude.
Please be safe.
I said I appreciate you. I'll talk to you in a little while.
You know we will, man. I love you, bro.
I love you too.
All right.
Holla. Good stuff, my man Troy Diesel. All right, y'all, let's do these birthday shout-outs. We have some birthday shout-outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious February 16th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, Tanya Williams. And also Natasha Tashi Ashi Riggins. Tashi Ashi, that's dope. And also Chris Banks and Cynthia Brown and Stella King and Gail C. Ferguson, Kareem Akil, Arthur Jeff Hodges, and last but not least, Go Getter, and the person who actually got me started on this, with talk radio, which sparked over into the video blogging, my girl Tennille Mocha Flowers. And that's her married name. We know her as Tennille Mocha Money Bags Cotton. Tennille Mocha Money Bags Cotton. Happy birthday to you. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all And I hope that today finds you all a good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious, glorious, glorious February 16th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, to rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, go hard, go for yours, and remember, God protects babies and fools, whether or not you always follow or break the rules. The tools of success have been given to you, and I'm not sure that you're going to use them or what you're going to do. But it's true that if you believe in anything that you see out here, you will perceive. And I think that if you follow a certain path, then you will be able to count 1, 2, 3, and the math will start mathing. Yeah, you see, the half is what you got to learn. We got to wait our turn. Patience is working and waiting, but sometimes we spend our time just hating on the next man because we think they have something that we don't have for ourselves, and that's usually wealth. But your health is the most important thing, because if you're healthy enough, you're going to get the money, king or queen. And I have seen some horrific stuff go down, but yo, you know what I mean? Life goes on and I grow on, and we gonna show improve, and we got a lot to lose, but we also have just as much to gain. For a couple of seconds later on, I'll explain. I can't do it right now because it's time to go. I appreciate y'all coming through the Urban Therapy Show, and I hope to see y'all tomorrow too, because it'll be Power Monday. Y'all know just how we do. All right, y'all, man. Peace. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night, 2 a.m. Y'all know we back on track with the Daily Go Get Him Show. I appreciate all y'all coming through, all of y'all comments, all of y'all participation. Please just hit the like button. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. And I will holler at y'all later on. Y'all have a great day. Football's gone. Well, the good thing about football being gone is now you have other things that you can do on Sunday besides be scared that your team ain't going to win. Because we did that. We did that for y'all already. Super Bowl's over. EAGLE. I'm sorry. ELGSES Eagles. Peace.